Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, students, today is our lecture number 2 related to unit number 1, and the topic is multiples and submultiples. In your junior classes, you have read that what are multiples? Multiples are basically those values which we obtained after multiplying any standard unit or quantity with the powers of 10. And what are submultiples? Submultiples are those values which we obtain by dividing any standard unit with the power of 10. So student, these multiples and submultiples are related to the term prefixes. Now what are prefixes? In English lessons you may have read about prefixes. They are basically a technical term which tells us anything which we have already fixed. Mean before, and fix which we have already fixed. So in physics, with what we have done, we have basically made few terminologies and few symbols, you can say, which are added before a SI unit, System International Unit of a specific quantity, and they stand for multiples and submultiples of that unit. So these words or letters which we have already fixed, which are known as prefixes, these are called prefixes. For example, in your daily life, you may have listened the words like kilo, mega, giga, nano, milli, micro, hecto, deca. So these are basically used for measurements. Now I want to tell you that these are the multiples. You can see from the slide, multiples and submultiples are separately mentioned. So exa is represented by E. This is a multiple and it is equals to 10 to raise power 18, positive power. And beta is represented by P. It is equals to 10 to raise power 15. And one thing you must have to remember, students, that in case of multiples, the power of 10 is always would be positive. So same is the case with tera, represented by T, and it is equal to 10 to raise power 12. This table you can see in detail from your book, class 9 book, where topic of prefixes is given. So same is the case of submultiples. Submultiples, one thing very important is this, that the power of 10 or the values of submultiples is represented with the help of negative sign, which indicate that these values are smaller than the standard unit. For example, atto is represented by A and it is equals to 10 to raise power minus 18. Femto is represented by F and it is equals to 10 to raise power minus 15. Pico is represented by small p and it is equals to 10 to raise power minus 12. And in this way you can see so many multiples and submultiples according to the quantity. Okay students, our next topic is scientific notation, which is a specific method of writing very large or very small values with the help of power of 10. Scientific notation, which is also referred to as scientific form or standard index form or standard form in UK. Basically, it is a way of expressing numbers that are too big or too small to be conveniently written in decimal form. It is commonly used by scientists, mathematicians and engineers, in part because it can simplify certain arithmetic operations. On scientific calculators, it is usually known as science display mode. One thing is very important. It has some specific way of representing very large or very small value. The first thing which we have to notice is that the decimal which we have to place should be after first non-zero digit, and after that digit we will place decimal, and then after that decimal we will count the numbers of digits which are present after that decimal, and we will count their numbers and then we will write them as the power of 10. This method is very convenient and useful to avoid the fatigue of writing too many zeros. So that's why this procedure is very much important in mathematics as well as in physics. And now in this table you can see the decimal notation and scientific notation. For example, in first row the value which is given is only 2. 2 mean only single digit 2. So what would be its scientific notation? Its scientific notation would be 2 into 10 to raise plus 0, because there is no other 0 after. If we will place a decimal after 2, so there would be no any more digit after that decimal. That's why its value has been written as 2 into 10 to raise plus 0. In next row, the value which is given to us, that is 300. So you can see that it has been written as 3 into 10 to raise power 2, because after 3, if we will place the decimal, so there would be 2 more digits which are zeros. So that's why we have written is 10 to raise power 2. In third, you can see that the value is 4321.768. Students, in this value, you can see that the decimal is not at its actual place, which is after the first non-zero digit, which is 4. But in this value, the decimal is given after 1 or between 1 and 7. So what we have to do? First of all, we have to shift towards its actual position. It's mean after 4, and then we will write in scientific notation. So in this way, you can see that the number of digits between new position and the actual position is 3, like 1, 2 and 3, which are mentioned. That's why we have written as 4321.768 into 10 to raise power 3. And there are other examples which are given in slide, you can see, and you can also further take help from the topic given in the book. Now the next topic is measuring instruments. Students, in our daily life we have to measure so many things. For example, the length, time, mass, as well as intensity, height, length and breadth. So these all measurements cannot be taken place if there would be no instrument. In past there were many instruments used by the people, but they were not so much reliable and accurate. So basic purpose of measuring instrument is this, that they are used to measure various physical quantities, as I have already told you, like length, mass, time, volume, etc. Measuring instruments of the past, like sundial and water clock, were not so reliable and accurate, and other time measuring devices which were used at that time around 1300 AD were also very very crude, you can say, and not up to the mark. People were not familiar at that time to find out the exact value due to the lackness in the abilities and the skills of the people, as well as the quality of the measuring instrument. So then with the passage of time, when science get progress and new latest instruments discovered, so these latest instruments they have brought a basic revolution in the field of measurements. Right now we have very much sensitive instruments. For example, in past temperature were judged just by touching the hands or skin of the ill person. But right now, these days, very well, maybe you have experienced that we are using thermometers, which give us the accurate value of the heat of the body temperature. Not only thermometers, but we also use thermometric strips for the children. So with the passage of time, everything gets improvement, and now we have to discuss more instruments which are we using these days. Now student, our first instrument which we have to discuss, that is meter rule and its use. You know very well from your junior classes, you have gained the importance of meter rule. You are using it for drawing lines, for drawing pictures, and so many other things. A ruler basically, sometimes called a rule or line gauge. It is a device which is used in geometrical and technical drawings, as well as in the field of engineering and construction industries, to measure distances and to draw straight lines. Meter rule basically has two types of lines on it, like centimeters, longer lines, and smaller lines represented by double M, small double m, which is the abbreviation of millimeter. So with the help of this meter rule, we can measure different types of distances or lengths or breadths or heights. The most important thing is this, which we have to notice, that the smallest length which can be measured with the help of a meter rule is just 1 millimeter. is just 1 millimeter. It means the value which is smaller than 1 millimeter cannot be measured with the help of a meter rule. So this is the limit of meter rule, and it is also known as the least count of meter rule. What is meant by least count? The minimum value, the minimum length, the minimum distance which can be measured with the help of any instrument. If we are taking least count, it means the minimum value which can be measured with the help of an instrument is called least count. So the smallest value which can be measured with the help of meter rule is 1 millimeter. So it is the least count of meter rule. Now question rise, what about those values which are smaller than 1 millimeter? So for those values we have to use other sensitive instruments, for example vernier calipers and screw gauge and so many other things. Now after the discussion of meter rule, we have to see what is a measuring tape, what is its structure and what is its function. A tape measure or measuring tape is a flexible ruler used to measure size or distance. It consists of a ribbon of cloth, plastic, fiberglass or metal strips with linear measurement marking, and it is a common measuring tool. The most important thing about measuring tape is this, that besides centimeters or millimeter, it has also the marking of inches on it to measure the bigger values, the bigger lengths, the bigger distances. So this is the use of measuring tape, also used for measurement of length, breadth, height and long distances.